In this video, we will be looking at these Proline Interco TrXus MT tires compared to a whole host of common tires that you will see in the market, and we will be checking out and seeing just how good these tires perform. So hello everyone, my name is Troy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Roadside RC. We do all the RC stuff, from the crawling to the bashing, drifting, racing, even some FPV drone stuff, but we also do a whole bunch of unboxing and product reviews and things like that. And today we are looking at this Proline scale replica of the Interco TrXus. I have no idea how you're supposed to actually say that. That's not a word. What is that? But this is a tire from Interco that in the 1/1 scale world, the full-size world, is pretty popular actually. The off-shoulder treatment's good for digging into dirt and rocks. The multi-siped design all through here supposedly makes it really good for winter ice traction and then also climbing on rocks. So then one of the big questions is really going to be, does the great performance that this tire is known for out in the full-size 1/1 world, does it translate to RC? You know, I'll give you an example. It talks a lot around the siping and how cut up and siped this tire is. Well, and the stepped shoulder design here. Well, yes, that has been translated down into this tire. However, man, it is very, 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 very small. And so, you know, does that really work? Does it not? In order to really give it a good test, we're going to be using our Axial SCX10iii Gladiator. It has currently the stock wheels, stock tires, except these stock tires have actually been cut, and so we're going to be giving that a test. We have these. We actually have the Amazon version of the Hyrax, Proline Super Swampers, the Duratrax Showdowns, stock TRX4 sport tires, except that they've been cut. And then we have, as close to a brother as it gets probably for this tire, the Proline Trencher Crawler. And so, man, really a whole lineup here of tires to test out and really see how does this tire perform in comparison. In order to give this tire a proper test, I have a course set up with my backyard crawler course. And I'm going to take this tire plus all the other ones that I have one by one through this course. Same terrain, same truck, different tires. We have a mix of rock, we have a mix of wood, dirt, that type of thing. What you're going to see is each individual obstacle, all the tires back to back. And then that way what you'll be able to really tell is, can we really see a difference in how the truck performs based on the tires that are on it? So let's get to it. All right, now we've seen a bunch of driving footage, right? What are some key takeaways? Well, one that you never got to see, Super Swamper. So the Super Swamper, as it turns out, the back of these RC four-wheel drive wheels, the bead ring is actually in so far that it hits the portal cups. And so they wouldn't go on. So boo, there's one. I would say the stock tires that have been cut actually did rather well. I think they did just as well as actually a lot of the other tires that we evaluated. And so that's actually pretty good, you know, and these have barely been run. Maybe as those foams get worn in, I could see these still being a legitimate option. And I do actually like the wheels, even though they are plastic, they are bead locks. I do actually like them. I could see continuing to use those also. The surprising one for me was actually these Louise or Duratrax Showdowns. I really expected them to do better, and honestly, I'm not sure why they didn't do better. We've used them a number of times. They actually normally do very well for us, and just not today. I was really kind of surprised. I don't know if it was just a fluke. I don't know if there was something with this truck. I noticed that the offset that we have this on really set it out a lot. So maybe that meant the tires were in a different spot. I don't know, but that surprised me. The stock TRX4 tires, on the other hand, continue to surprise me. These have been cut. I have a whole video that I can share about what I've done and how I've cut those, but they just continue. They just work. They just work. Are they the best? No. They're not going to probably win any competitions, but they do really well overall. I was really surprised with this comparison, however. You know, the Trencher versus this TRXus. Again, tire is slightly shorter, if you will, and it at least appears that it's slightly narrower than the Trencher. But, you know, really, this tire did well, and the Trencher did okay. You know, I would say both of them were actually performed rather equal. I might actually prefer this TRXus compared to the Trencher after having tested it. I mean, and I'm kind of surprised in saying that. I did not assume going into this test today that that would be my conclusion, but they really did pretty decent. And of course, not surprising, the kind of the Hyrax knockoffs that you can get from Amazon, they just don't do very well. And we just showed that again today. The compound is just too hard. So yes, it has the look. They perform okay. They just still can't stand up to the competition. So final conclusion, I think honestly, I'm going to leave these on. I may find some different wheels to put them on. These are actually just some stock plastic TRX4 wheels, but they did well. I'd say that overall the tire did well. The only time I ever saw kind of an issue is actually trying to climb up the wood. It's just such a solid compound that it really struggled to get a biting edge and to go up. But otherwise I was actually more impressed with it than I thought I would be. And so I think I'm going to leave them on and give them a longer term test so we can report back over time of how do they do once they've worn in more, that kind of thing. So hey, I hope this was very useful for you. You know, I haven't seen or heard of a lot of people running this tire yet, and that's exactly why I wanted to give it a shot. Was I just couldn't tell. I couldn't find a lot of information about it. So please let me know down below, what do you think? If you saw all of those, which one of the tires that I just tested would you run? But then also, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this TrXus MT, besides the horrible name? TrXus MT, what is that? What is that? So besides the horrible name, what do you think? Was it a pretty good tire? Would you run it? You know, I'm really looking at it and just itching to get the knife out and start cutting these things up and like really cut it up a bunch, but maybe not quite yet. So anyway, as always, thank you. I always appreciate all the support you give the channel, everything you do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And hey, while I'm out, I'm about to tear into this SCX10 and do some more work to it. While I'm doing that, come over here, check out some more videos and all that kind of stuff, and we will see you next time. So thank you and goodbye.